All right, we're recording now. Hey, Vicky, how are you? And Zane. Oh, and then we have Stephen Whiteley joined. How awesome is that? Oh my gosh. Wow. Awesome. Great day. Stephen Whiteley, are you jumping on here? You're the purpose of everything happening today. Not totally, but just almost. Thank you so much, Stephen Whiteley, for getting on here. Woo-hoo! We're going to, I welcome Vicky. Hey, Stephen. Joined. Stephen, you got to join and get on with me. It'd be really. Zane, all right. Wow. Business coach you are, Vicky. Awesome. Awesome. Stephen, come on over. There we go. Stephen. There we go. Oh, we have Lone Walker. So what we're going to talk about is happiness. What we're waiting for Stephen to jump on here. Just a second. Come on over. There he is.
There we are. Hello, everybody. Great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too. Beautiful Saturday, by the way. 90 degrees. What else can we do? How else can it be any better than this? Inside the building.
Inside and out.
Yoo-hoo! I just want to welcome Stephen Whiteley and Chris.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for jumping on. We're going to talk about what happiness is and also the 4 things that create unhappiness today. And
Yes.
Yes, and we're here with Mr. Stephen Whiteley. At least some of us are on this planet. You know? Truly.
Yeah. Well, it's always my pleasure to help people to understand the true way of living that is fulfilling, satisfying, and helpful.
I was thinking about this today when you were going to get on, is why in the world would there be only 4 things that would create unhappiness in our lives? Only 4?
Only 4. There are only 4 little things that we want to do to let go of unhappiness. And I just love letting go of unhappiness.
What's this thing where we should never talk about the bad things and we should always be talking about good all day long? So why are we talking about something bad?
Yeah. Actually, these things are not bad.
Oh, wow.
These things have a purpose. And their purpose is to wake us up to the higher truth of who we are.
Just a simple higher truth.
Yes, exactly. Because it's well said that the truth will set you free. And that's what we are all about, finding the truth. Everybody gets hurt growing up somehow, somewhere.
Right. But
most of us multiple times. And these are actually value that we can gain a lot from when we choose to.
Wow. Hey, anybody want to jump on? Please do. And we love a lot of hands. And we hands up. Look at that. There we go. We got a few. There you go. You got
Woo-hoo! Look at that. Thank you very much.
So what is one of the unresolved issues of
okay, so one of these problems that everybody has is unresolved hurts of the past. And you all know that when hurts are unresolved in the past, they keep popping up in the present. And oftentimes at the most inopportune timing. So just when we're getting into something and trying to pay attention, all this pops up, these old hurts, and going, oh, I feel bad all over and over and over and over again. And we don't have to do that.
Oh, wow. We don't have to do that. So that means that we can just focus more on happiness, but that's easier said than done.
Yeah, well, yesterday we were talking about the tools of happiness, right? And those tools will help us to resolve those issues. Maybe we got this backwards, mate. Or maybe we're doing it this way because we gave them the tools already, and now they know where to apply it.
You know what? That's very true. So unresolved issues of the past. You know, there's a lot of people would say, I don't have any unresolved issues. They don't even have this problem. So
I don't believe that. I can't think of anybody that I've ever talked to who doesn't have some unresolved issues from the past and doesn't have this issue coming up of those old hurts rising up at inopportune moments.
Well, could it be another issue is like why we act, or maybe the way we act or the way we look? Like
that's only one issue, right? There are three other issues.
You're just wondering if I'm
and you've actually just hit on the second issue. The second issue is something about ourselves, either the way we look or the way we behave, that upsets us in some way.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, so not liking who we are, either because of the way we look or because of the way we behave. Thinking, usually comparing ourselves to others in some way. And to compare is to despair, because nobody else will ever be like we are. Not even ourselves. We change from day to day. So this idea of comparing is a fool's game, because it just doesn't work. There's no sense in comparing unless you want to compare yourself to how you were yesterday. Am I better than I was yesterday? And will I get better tomorrow?
Yeah, Chris, there's a question here. How do we recognize these old hurts?
Well, if you have something that comes up in your mind that makes you feel bad from your past, then that's an old hurt. So anything that comes up from the past, usually fairly consistently, that makes you hurt is one of those things.
Okay. What about something that's one thing. What about something like maybe somebody or somebody in your household upsets you once in a while?
Well, this is the third thing, actually. Because the third thing that creates unhappiness is either somebody or something or some place around you that sets you off in some way, even if you don't know why, even if you don't know how. But just when you see this place or this person or this thing, you get upset. And that is the third thing that creates unhappiness.
But what about it preventing them from coming up? How can we prevent them from coming up?
You're talking about the old hurts now?
Yep.
So the way you prevent them is to resolve them, because all hurts are there to help us grow. They're here to help us learn about ourselves and about living.
Okay.
And so we use the tools we talked about yesterday, which are briefly permissioning, learning, forgiving, gratitude, and purpose.
Right.
So those first four are what I call the foundational tools. And so you apply them when you encounter anything that's a problem, whether it's an old hurt or a current problem, and then you learn to improve and grow yourself, and then they don't come up anymore, because they only come up because your subconscious believes that you are at a level that you can deal with this.
Wow. So you'll keep repeating the pattern only by the level for which you have learned that hurt over and over and over.
Every hurt has a lesson. And the greater the hurt, the greater the wisdom can come out of it.
Wow.
So if we see ourselves as a learning, growing organism, so that I'm a growing person, I'm a learning to do better person, then I have the idea that I can take all those hurts and get something great out of them.
Well, that makes sense.
Yoo-hoo! I see your sign. It's a sign of happiness.
It's a sign of happiness. You guys, anybody can text us and talk further about this at 903-799-9461. Love to have any more in-depth questions. Totally stop by, give us a chat, and there might be a prize in there for you. So please give us.
Yeah. So how do we recognize these old hurts? So anytime something comes up that makes you feel bad, that's from your past, that's an old hurt, and you prevent them from coming back up by resolving them using those tools that we just talked about: permission, learning, forgiveness, and gratitude.
Wow. Very cool. Very cool. So now there's still another one?
Yeah, there's one more thing that causes us unhappiness. And it is this.
I got yours.
Okay. It is either not knowing or feeling unwilling or unable to get what we want.
Jeez.
So it's this not knowing or not believing in ourselves enough to be able to get it. And that's a big one for a lot of people.
Because they don't really think that they believe that they can have what they
want, or they don't connect with what they really want. So they're in the I don't know zone. The I don't know zone is a protective mechanism. Like there are different kinds of I don't knows, right? One is I won't make a decision on it. One is I won't seek the information. One is I don't believe in myself enough to make the connection or get the skill. So there are many different kinds of I don't know, but they're all, unless it's a temporary I don't know, it's all a protective mechanism that's preventing me from needing to grow.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah. But the idea, like nature wants to grow.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything in nature wants to grow, and we are a part of nature. So we want to grow as a person. So when we don't grow as a person, that deep inner desire to grow comes out in telling other people that they need to get better. And that's the creation of conflict, and that's the creation of pain in our world.
So whenever we're complaining about someone else, it's really something inside of us that we're not recognizing or uncovering to actually put out there our greatness.
Bingo! Give that guy a gold star!
I actually graduated.
Yes, indeed. So, we are responsible for ourselves, and that is true for each person. When we start getting into somebody else's stuff, we're giving up our responsibility for ourselves.
Oh, and start blaming them. Oh, why didn't you turn on the computer? Why didn't you set it up? Oh,
Yeah.
You're telling yourself that.
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't do the dishes tonight. Oh, the simple things. But there was another one. There were supposed to be 5?
No, there were only 4. So here they are in review. It's an unresolved hurt from the past. It's something about us now that we either do or the way we look, we don't like. And it's something in our environment, either a person, place, or thing that sets us off in a way we don't enjoy. And it's the last one is either not knowing or not feeling able or willing to get what we want. Mm-hmm. And those are the only 4 things that cause unhappiness. And so
simple.
This is a very valuable clue onto what happiness really is.
We get to resolve those issues and let go of those deep-seated one of those 4 things creates us. I would have to say, for me, it would be around not knowing, not feeling. Could be a combination of a couple of things.
Yeah, for most of us, we have some of each.
So I have some problems.
No, you don't. You have some opportunities.
There's a way I can get fixed.
Yes. That's exactly what I do. That's what I love to do.
Wow. Okay. Got it.
Okay. Yeah.
Does anybody in the audience has any comments that you guys can lay on us? We really could use some questions for Mr. Whiteley, and especially
I would prefer to be called Mr. Happy.
I gotta unresolve some of my past issues here. I'm a little worried about how I'm looking on here at this point.
Okay, so the Lone Walker wants to know more about how to resolve previous hurts. Okay, so I think probably a smart idea is for us to do a whole talk on that. But in brief, what you want to do is give yourself permission to grow beyond the hurts of the past. Then take a step back from it and say, okay, how did I contribute to this, and how can I learn from it? What can I do better in a similar circumstance? And then forgive yourself and others that were involved in that, and go forward in gratitude for what you've learned and what you're now becoming. That's the way to do it. Although we could go into that much deeper,
Well, that's a very good point because we get to stay in tune with how we are each and every day so we can make it through the whole day to actually in the morning, if we start out being happy, by 8 o'clock that night, we can still be in the same tone. We may be a little tired, but we can still be happy.
Yes, exactly. Happiness is an energy.
So when we giggle or go deeply into our laugh, we are absolutely connecting with laughter.
Yes, yes, yes.
So even if we kind of fake it a bit, that makes it better, and then it really goes stronger. It catches on. People can get a whole bus laughing.
Yeah. I've done a video actually that's a laugh track, and if they want to go on my Facebook site, they can find it. And it's just me laughing for about 2 minutes. Okay, now somebody wants to know how to prevent oneself from ending up in a failed relationship. Okay, well, the first thing to do is to realize that everything is energy. Every piece of negativity has one positive purpose. And that positive purpose is to wake us up to the higher truth of ourself.
that deserves some hands.
So every time something goes wrong, there is something to learn. Yes.
We need the hands here, guys, because that's true. Take your hand and yes, you can really hit the hands. Thank you. That was good.
Awesome.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for stopping by. Awesome.
Yeah.
Always give a text.
Think of living as a learning, laughing, loving experience.
Yes.
Hello, Norbert. Welcome.
Norbert. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so those are the 4 things that really cause unhappiness, and that's a little bit of information on what happens there and how to resolve it. So what is happiness really? Okay. Happiness in one word is harmony. But of course, harmony doesn't exist on its own. It has to be between things.
Okay.
So you want to have harmony with 3 things. Just imagine this for a minute. Imagine that you're in harmony inside yourself, that you're truly loving who you are, that you're thankful and grateful for everybody and everything around you, and that you are busily working on what is most meaningful to you. That's happiness. So I call that harmony with yourself, harmony with your environment, and harmony with your purpose for living. That's deep, lasting happiness.
That's profound, and it makes a big difference in the people, the way they can function in life. Because some people think they're so bummed that we're hit every day that we need to be a certain way, look a certain way, be a certain way, smile a certain way. Seen and not heard. Our kid. Wasn't that about the time we grew up?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, kids should be seen and not heard. Bah, humbug. Kids should be loved and listened to and encouraged.
That's a nice branding. You brand that.
Yes.
Repetition. Very cool.
Yeah. So this is the idea, right? This idea of purposeful living has two big effects on it. Like one is that you connect with meaning, and meaning is what we most want. But the other thing is you keep active, and being active is a very important part of happiness. So you're out there moving around, being fit, being healthy, being helping. These are important parts of happiness. Because that's another thing about purpose. Purpose is about how you help the world. About how you help the world using your special gift. And everybody has a special gift. Or two.
And how do you know that at a certain time? Do you really start to feel and resonate with what makes you happy? Maybe because on a continuous basis, you're laughing, smiling more each day. Your purpose will start bubbling to the top.
Yeah, well, there are faster ways to actually figure out what your purpose is. That's one of the fun shops that I like to give, and I like to help people connect with their purpose. But you can figure out your purpose on your own if you really work at it, if you realize that purpose is where you really find joy. So if you think back to your most joyful times in life, and you line those up and say, what's the common element? Then you can kind of figure out what your purpose is from that.
You are the king.
Woo-hoo! Hey, well, it's fun to end unhappiness for good.
It is. Absolutely is. And, and it's really nice to, to go to understanding the depths of what actually brings this unhappiness in your life. And that really made it I felt connected to some of the things that I get to work on in my life. I'm a little scared of that right now. So
okay, that's all okay, because in the beginning it can be quite intimidating. In the beginning it can be scary.
Yeah.
In the beginning it can be even overwhelming because it seems like a lot of work. But there are two ways to work on this. You can work retail and try to solve every problem on its own, one at a time.
Wow.
Or you can work wholesale and group-like issues and deal with them a bunch at a time. And that's the way I like to work. But I'll give you one more tip on this, though. Everybody wants to grow as a person. Everybody loves personal growth, but a lot of people find it really, really challenging because nobody ever showed them how. And so they have tried it and not had success and said, well, it just doesn't work for me. Or I can't do it, or it's too hard, or whatever. But for some reason, they give up on themselves. And then that's when the fights start, right? Because they start poking their nose into everybody else's business because they don't want people to look at their business. So the way you get away from that is to look at everybody else's business.
So start just looking at my own business.
Yeah.
And start owning my business.
Yes, exactly. Start looking after your own health. Start looking after your own fitness. Start looking after your own wealth building. Start working after your own achievements. Start working after your own relationships. Start looking after your own spirituality. And start looking after your own success.
Wow. That means that when I start doing those things to myself, it'll start showing up because the vibration inside of me brings it.
Yes.
That's the one that goes out and connects to the relationship I want, to the job I want, to the success I want, to the things I want to do with my kids, just because of that inner vibration.
Exactly. So the vibration is the king or the queen.
Smiling has a bunch to do with it.
Yeah. So everything is energy, right? And that's all vibrations. So we can vibrate better and better, higher and higher, and have more and more fun while producing more and more. Like I used to struggle to get 5 things done in a day. Almost every day I get at least 15 things done now.
How do you help people? Stephen, how do you help people?
I help people by changing their thinking. I help people by changing their thinking because it works like this. Everything starts in thought. And then thought creates a feeling. And then feeling creates action or inaction. And action creates results. So the key is to begin with proper thinking.
Oh, wow.
With happy thinking.
Usually we're so programmed through the news, through the television, about how bad things are in the world, how many killings went on, ISIS, all that stuff. It's like if we have to reprogram our minds to be happy because we've been
exactly. Exactly. We are surrounded by negativity. Why are we surrounded by negativity? Because of our ancestors, it was more important to save yourself than it was to get your next meal, to procreate or whatever. You had to always be worried about saving yourself. And so we learn to look for problems. We learn to focus on the problems. We learn to focus on negativity, and that's been handed down over the years. And to be honest, it is easier in the beginning to be negative. Because if you're positive, you have to create. It's faster to destroy something than it is to build something.
That's true.
So, if we're addicted to fast and easy, that means we're addicted to negativity.
Wow.
But if we're addicted to negativity, negativity is a downhill slide. Positivity is an uphill climb.
Was that against the stream? Are we going against the flow of nature?
No, but there's another point about this, though. Even though negativity is a downhill slide, it's easy to go downhill. We have all spiraled down into the pit of negativity.
Mm-hmm.
But it's awfully hard to live down there.
Good point.
Whereas it's work going up the hill, but it gets easier. And it's beautiful living up there.
Because
it's beautiful.
Because you'll find that particular energy that you enjoy to be around.
You get in the flow, right? The flow of meaning and purpose. So you're working all the time, but it doesn't feel like work. You're always doing something, producing things and making things happen, but it doesn't feel like work. You connect with the joy of being and doing.
That's a good one. Yay. Stephen.
Yes.
Is there any particular way, do you like working in one-on-one or in groups?
Depends. Depends on the group. If it's a coherent, collaborative group, I love to work in a group. If I don't have a collaborative group, I would much rather work on my own.
Well, what's your background? You told me one time you're actually a fighter pilot.
Yeah, I used to be a fighter pilot. That's right.
So that's a lot of history right there on a trigger-happy kind of guy.
Yeah. But we were a pretty coherent group.
Oh.
Yeah, because I always worked to make it work that way as well, right? But internally we were fairly coherent. It was externally that all the conflict and the competition and you know, the hard work came about.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen, what we're gonna have another episode. What's our next episode?
Well, I think our next episode should be healing the hurts of the past.
Healing the hurts of the past.
Yeah. I think we should talk about that. I think there's a lot of interest in it.
Healing the hurts of the past. Anybody out there have any idea? If you just say yay, nay, it would be really great. Just to say that.
Or if you have another subject you'd like us to talk about, then type it in too.
Yeah, we can do. So you like that? Yes, healing the hurts of the past.
Okay, so Karis Prosper is happy with that. Yay, happy.
Well, 2 p.m. on Monday, a good day for you there, mister.
You betcha.
See you on Monday at 2 p.m. Anybody else have any? You guys, I appreciate you guys being on here. That is Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. on Monday, even though it is Labor Day. And we would love to hear you and tell your friends to get over here and let us know what we can tell you. Make you a little bit happier this day. Yeah, just a little bit happier.
Yoo-hoo!
That's all we were looking for.
You want to join
smile
us to learn to end unhappiness for good.
This guys. Thank you. See you 2 o'clock on Monday.
Yoo-hoo! It's been fun, everybody. Have a great one. Take care. Stay well. Have fun. I'm Stephen Whiteley.
We're McCrae. Bye-bye.